Welcome back to Legweirdo's Chop Shop, second best gel blaster channel on the tubes. And this morning I'm going to do a quick video on 5 tools that you can't be a tech without. There's probably more than 5, but 5. These are my 5 go-to tools. So let's start off with screwdrivers. Number one, a good thin shank number 1 Phillips head is a must, and it's got to have a thin shank, because I mean I've got number 1 Phillips screwdrivers that look like this. It's still a number 1 Phillips, but it's got a thicker shank, so you need a nice thin shank, because on a lot of the blasters, to get down in the holes that are in the receiver or whatever, the thicker shanks don't go in, and you end up trying to use a smaller screwdriver like a 0 or something and stripping the heads out of the screws. It's no fun, no one wants that. So good thin shank number 1 Phillips. And I also have the interchangeable head screwdriver here, which I use for the Allen drivers, because I have so many of different sizes of Allen keys and stuff lying around, and they're just such a pain to use. Get yourself one of these, it makes your life so much easier, like a normal screwdriver, and then you can get yourself a bit set that's got all the different sizes. So yeah, having a good screwdriver set is I'm gonna roll these ones into one. That's number 5 on my go-to list of tools. Number 4 is another screwdriver, but it's a special one. It's a number 2, but it's got to be a long one. I've got 2 there because you've got to have either a nice long one to get down in those buffer tubes, to get that buffer tube screw out. It's usually a number 2 Phillips, more often than not. If you don't have a long shank one, I've got this extension here which I use as well, which I just put the number 2 bits into. Does the job as well, and you can attach that previously mentioned handle onto the end of it if you need that long reach. So that's number 4. Number 3 is the vernier caliper. I'm always using this to measure shim depth, or I also use it to measure the motor pinion height, and I'm constantly using it for all sorts of different things. I know this is only a cheap one. This isn't like super high precision stuff, so you don't have to have like $1,000 vernier. I'm sure a $20 vernier will do the job just fine. Someone's probably gonna correct me on that, but whatever. That's my next go-to. I'm always using the verniers. For whatever reason, I always find myself reaching for them whenever I'm working on a blaster. So that's my next go-to tool. What am I up to? 5, 4, 3, 2. Number 2 on my list, the Dremel. Oh man, if you're not Dremeling something, you're not teching. Whether it's grinding a tooth out of a sectic gear, or just clearancing the inside of a receiver, or cutting off unwanted mag terminal things, or tappet plates. It's Dremel. You need a Dremel. It doesn't have to be a Dremel brand. I guess you could just have any other kind of multi-tool. It's it is, as long as you got something that you can get in there and grind things out and cut things. I've got the Dremel cordless one because I find it's super convenient not to be corded. If this was if this was in order, like, this would probably be my number 1 tool, but I've not put it in order of importance. I've just put it in order of what's on the table. But yeah, that's probably my number 1 go-to tool. I'm always using the Dremel for something. It's just super handy. You always need it. And number one on my 5 tools that you need as a tech is a soldering iron. And I might have to change the camera angle because my soldering iron's over there. Bear with me. Okay, so I've been using this Dick Smith soldering iron for years. The fact that it is Dick Smith branded and Dick Smith don't even exist anymore probably tells you how long I've been using this. And it does the job and it's great and I love it. However, recently I got my hands on this. This is a 852D soldering station, hot air rework, the lot. This thing is amazing. So much so that I've bought, this is my second one. I bought another one. I gave the other one to Nini. Anyway, so it's adjustable temperature. It's adjustable. It's got a hot air heat gun. It's got all these different attachments and different soldering tips. And I know what you're saying. I know you're saying, oh, Guido, I just need to connect a wire. I don't need a full soldering station. I don't need all this stuff. But yes, you do. You do, trust me, because when you have the adjustability here of the temperature of the iron and everything, you've got all the different tips. You can go from a fine tip for this is probably a medium tip. You can go for fine tip for those soldering on the MOSFET boards where you got to get in there nice and fine, or you go for the big fat tip when you're soldering the Dean's connectors or the XT60s or the 30s or whatever floats your boat on to your blasters. And one of the other things you've always got to do is heat shrink. Example here, just on the end of your wires, you got to put a bit of heat shrink on. And so when I'm using my old Tricky Dicky one, which is set up with a fat tip for the Dean's connectors, I would always solder it on and then fiddle around trying to find my heat gun, which is over there on the shelf. I'd have to get it, plug it in, and then I could heat shrink my heat shrink. But this, I've got the hot air gun right here, ready to go. I lift it off and it starts blowing. Hot air, heat shrink, chuck it back on, and everything's right there for you. And I know you're saying, I still probably don't need something that fancy, you know, like I just dial in my temperature and off I go. But for the price of this, you can't even go down to JCar and pick up a, you know, like a half decent soldering iron. This is, I think, the with all the options and all the extra bits, this costs about $120 delivered. So I mean, the cheapest soldering iron you can get down at Bunnings or JCar's starts around $100 or $80 or something. So look, just skip all the crap and go straight to this because it's worth it. Trust me. I love this thing. Like I said, this is the second one I bought. So. And it's got all the features you need for every type of soldering, even if you're not doing blasters, if you're doing something else. Trust me, one of these is going to get you through a lot of problems. It's got all the features, everything you need. Heat shrink, soldering, adjustable temperatures on both air and the soldering iron. Cheap, quick delivery. What else can I say? That's number one on my list of 5 tools that you need to tech. I'll leave it there. Please, I'll put links down in the description to where you can get some of this stuff. Obviously screwdrivers, you know where to get those. The calipers, the soldering iron, that sort of thing. I'll put some links down. Patches as well. Hit me up, I still have some. And yeah, buy me a coffee. Support my channel. Thanks for watching. Peace.